Can we just stop and talk about this book? This is my second time reading this book. I don't like to read books twice, but this is a special book. This is a big boy book, especially with the new book coming out soon. I felt that I needed to give this another read, and I'm glad I did. There's lots of stuff that I missed from the first read. This is actually the first book that got me into Brandon Sanderson. I did not read Mistborn first, so I'm starting with this one. I've already read all four, getting ready for the fifth book that's coming out in December, and I have to say I'm glad I did it. I mean, this book went from, I think, maybe a 4-star when I first read it to 4.5, close to 5-star book. There's just so much. Reading it the second time, I still had that joy of that slow burn of just the things that happens to Dalinar, the things that happen to Kaladin, and it's just so emotionally not draining but happy. It's just like, damn, that was good. The ending of this book is so good. The payoff was great. It's still great after the second read, and it's just fun. It's just like the character building for these three characters that we have: Dalinar, we have Shallan, and we have Kaladin. Just their past and their present, and how they are all going to meet sooner or later in all the books. I'm speaking more of like Shallan meeting in the second book, not the first book. So just great epic fantasy at its best here. I know so many people have started talking about this book again, getting in this, maybe third or fourth read, but reading this book twice is something really big for me, because like I said, I never read books twice. I don't like it. I feel like I'm losing out on another book if I read it, especially this big book being over 1,200 page plus. This took about maybe 2 weeks, so I probably could have read 2 books. This is like 2 to 3 books put in one if I'm reading anything else. So again, the joy of getting lost in this world was fun, and I'm gonna try to catch up rereading all the series. So I'll probably read Word of Radiance in October, and then I'm gonna have to pick up another book. Like, I'm gonna have to read 2 of his books in a month to really catch up before December. So again, leave a comment below. If you are a 2-book reader guy or 3 book. I know people that read like at Christmas time, the Christmas Carol, like every single year, and that's cool, man. Like if that's your thing, that's your jam, go for it. But for me, something different. I still felt like, man, I could have read something else, but I'm glad I didn't. And if you're interested in what I'm reading right now, I'm reading The Shadows of God. This book is beautiful, by the way. This book is great. I'm going to be doing a review, maybe the first 200 page of what I think about this book. This is an older book. I did finish up Sword of Kaigen. I'll be doing a review on that. Man, these are some bangers, bro. This is some great stuff going on with some fantasy, and especially like Sword of Kaigen. I'm not going to get into too much of it, but that book was emotionally draining, man. That book was beautiful. So I'm gonna leave it like that, and if you guys can hit that like and hit that sub, that'd be sweet. And I'll catch you guys up with either the Sword of Kaigen or the Shadows of God's first 200 page. Peace.